Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am so glad you're here. By the way, I am Lori, and if you are returning, thanks guys for being here and coming back and supporting my channel. Today I am doing a tag video. I love tag videos. I love watching tag videos. I love doing tag videos, but I really like watching tag videos because I learn so much about those who do them, and I just like to get to know people better than just, everyday life, I guess. And so for me, tag videos are a way to kind of take a peek inside your life and how you view things, whatever that tag video is. So this tag video is called the Eyeshadow Wardrobe Tag, and it was created by Morgan Turner and Charlotte Holdcroft. Now, I saw Mandy Lea Beauty do this, and that's where I first discovered it. I don't know how long it's been around. I don't know when Morgan and Charlotte created this. I will, however, put the links down below to Morgan, Charlotte, and Mandy so you can watch all of those videos, and then anybody else who has done the eyeshadow wardrobe tag. So there are 10 prompts, so this won't take too long unless I yak a hot minute, which is possible. I'm known to yak. So the first palette is the wedding palette. What palette would you use if you were going to a wedding, or were the bride in a wedding, or a bridesmaid? Now for me, there's kind of I have kind of a thought on weddings. The bride should have, a very soft, romantic eye look that's bolder than anybody else's in the room. That includes bridesmaids and guests. That's just how I feel. So as a guest, I wear a very soft, neutral look. But if I'm a bridesmaid, which I've never been, but if I was, I would wear something a little more glam, but not so, pizzazzy that it detracts from the bride herself. And as the bride, I want a really soft, romantic look that I've smoked out just a little bit. So you notice my eyes, but they're still very soft and fit whatever wedding type I am having. So for that, I picked my Viseart Paris Edit palette. I love this palette because it has all these romantic tones in there. You've got these very soft, beautiful shimmers. You've got this gorgeous peach, which I find extremely romantic with a neutral eye. Then you have this beautiful, it's kind of a purpley brown shade that is a beautiful to smoke out your eye, but you also have this rich plum matte that can also give a little bit of depth without going overboard in darkness. You've got this beautiful dark purpley blue, it's like a blurple shimmer that is gorgeous even to darken up your lid. But then you have all these neutral shades that really give you versatility. So this would work for all three scenarios that I presented for a wedding and still give the bride a bold look, the bridesmaid a glamour, a little bit more glam look, but not overshadowing the bride or groom. And then as a guest, I can just wear a nice soft neutral shade with maybe a shimmer. I probably wouldn't even wear a shimmer, but that's my take on it. But I would definitely have a very soft eye. So that's my wedding palette. The next prompt is, what palette would you use for a date night? It's been a hot minute since I had a date night. Really hot minute. But for date night, I would want something that's romantic or neutral. I am not one for a really bold, colorful eye. for a date night or a date in the daytime. I'm just not one for a, really bold, colorful look on a date. I am more subdued. And so I picked my ColourPop It's All Good palette. This gives me some neutral shades, but it gives me those oranges and corals and watermelons along with, brown tones that I really crave this year. And so this gives me the opportunity to use it for a day date or transition into a night date, smoke it out, but not be bright and vibrant. Now, these three right here, I probably would not wear on a date night, but all the rest of them I would possibly wear because they're all right up my alley. But these three, and probably that one as well, I wouldn't wear for date night. But the rest of them, absolutely. I just love them. Perfect, well-rounded, depending on what you're doing. If you're going to a play, you can do a bold neutral look. Or if you're going out dancing, you can do a little bit brighter smoky look. If you're on a day date where you're going, for brunch, you can do just a soft romantic look. So this gives you a lot of versatility for a date night that you don't really have to worry about not having what you want for whatever type of date you were going on. Girls Night Out palette. I think the last time I had a girls, I just bit my tongue. The last time I had a girls night out, I think I lived here, which was in the early 2000s. That's how long it's been since I've had a girls night. But if I'm going out with the girls, I want to really have, a fun, bold eye, because to me, going out with the girls, we're either, going dancing or we're sitting around watching a movie or playing a game. I don't drink, so that wouldn't be something that I do, but I could see us going out dancing and, enjoying a night out, or going to a coffee shop and talking about, if we're reading the same books, talking about the books that we've read and really having a nice discussion. Those are kind of my girl night out. Not overly exciting, but the dancing is. And so I pulled in my Zodiac Love Signs palette because this is such a fun palette. It's bright, it's bold, it's got your darker mattes to smoke out a look, but you've got all these bright, shimmery, baked shadows, and it's got this beautiful, it looks watermelon to me in person. Some may say it's fuchsia, along with these yellows and oranges and a purple. Exactly what I want, but these are deeper, richer ones, so they're going to be a really nice, bold look for going out on the town. And so, yeah, I picked the Zodiac Love Signs palette because it's fun, it's vibrant, and that's what I want when I'm going out with my girls. I want to look a little fun. It's really the only time I let my hair down. Maybe literally. The next prompt is vacation palette. For a vacation palette, this was a no-brainer for me. It was the first thing I thought of because while I don't go on vacation very often, when I do, this travels with me, and that is my Maybelline City Mini palette, and this is in the shade Downtown Sunrise. And to be honest with you, any of my City Mini palettes would work. They're very compact. You get a nice eyeshadows with a nice equal blend of mattes and shimmers. So with this one, I can make just a nice soft neutral look. And then if I'm going out for dinner in the evening, I can pop a little shimmer on my lid. But for me, I on vacation, I'm not really thinking about makeup. It's not something I am really concentrating on making sure I have on. So I don't need anything extravagant. I just need something that really gives me a quick look and be out the door and look presentable and nice for, a special event without spending more than 15 minutes getting ready. So it's so small and compact that it just fits nicely and it travels well. I took this to Hawaii, and while I had a lot of deaths in the family from everything shattering, this traveled just fine. Graduation palette. When I think of the type of graduation palette I want something that gives me a little bit bolder look, but also I can do a daytime look, something, a little more natural, but has a little pizzazz to it, a little more glamorous, but nothing too over the top. And also, is it my graduation, or am I the parent? Am I the mom of the graduate? Am I there for a friend? That's how I'm looking at it. So what I brought in is my Urban Decay Born to Run palette. You have your neutrals, and then you have your, corals, your purples, your pinks. You've got some oranges, and then you've got these darker shades if you want, a darker, smokier look. Say it's you who's graduating. You definitely want a little bit bolder eyes so they can, without it looking just pitch black on your face if you are the graduate. So yeah, you can make a colorful look, a neutral look, a dark smoky look. That's what I like about the versatility of the Born to Run palette. But mostly it has the types of colors that I like right now. So if I was using this for me, graduation, I would have exactly the look that I want. As a parent, I would just want a very soft neutral look, so I do not detract from the star of the show, which is, my child graduating. And if I was going to a friend's graduation, I might glam it up just a little bit depending on if it's a day or night, graduation party. But it would definitely be softer than what I would wear if it was my graduation. Christmas Day palette. Now this was a zero thought process. This is the only palette that popped into my mind for Christmas Day, and it really translates into any holiday, between Thanksgiving and New Year's. It truly covers any holiday that is happening, and that is the Color Drain Cheers to the Beauty palette. Not only do I love this because the formula is amazing, I love it because we cover Christmas with the orange, traditional Christmas shades with the orange, with the red and the green and gold or silver. Well, this is more, that's silver right there. Then Hanukkah, we have the silver and blue. We have these beautiful natural earthy tones for Kwanzaa. I mean, we just cover the whole gamut of the holiday season, and they all are beautiful, beautiful shades. I mean, I can do this beautiful earthy tone with this gorgeous pop of gold, or even a pewter. I can do a Christmas look, with the traditional red and green. What I would probably use though is the silver and blue. I love a nice icy, cool toned look at the holidays because it's cold outside and snowy, and so I just really like that look. So yep, this is definitely what I would use for a Christmas Day / holiday palette. For a birthday, for me, I love birthdays. I am all about birthdays, and so all I ever want to do for a birthday is celebrate. Celebrate, 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 no matter whose birthday it is. I just really love birthdays, and when it's my birthday, I talk about it for about a month, telling everybody, my birthday's coming, don't forget, my birthday's coming up, my birthday is in 12 days, my birthday is in 7 days, my birthday is in 2 days, and I just jammer about my birthday coming up. And so for me, the birthday party is all about celebration. I want something fun. I want something vibrant. I want something a little outside my comfort zone because we're having a birthday party, people, and I want to celebrate. So I grabbed my Urban Decay Elements palette. I love this palette because you have some neutrals in here. You even have, what, 5 mats maybe? I think 1, 2, how many mats do we have? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 mats, so we have some mats, but the majority of them are shimmers. And so you can create this really soft, simple, natural look if you want. But for me, I would be going into the blues and the greens, maybe this blurple right there. Just creating something really fun and, saying hello, happy birthday to me. Or if I was celebrating, the birth of a child, we've got pinks, we've got blues. So this is a beautiful palette, and it's perfect for that birthday party where you want to celebrate, you want to have fun, and you can make a cool tone, a warm tone. You can make a, just a simple neutral look, or you can go all in and make this really bold, fun colored palette. Fun colored eye to celebrate your birthday or someone's birthday. So for that, I picked Urban Decay's Elements palette. And I didn't mean to have 2 by the same brand, especially back to back, but that's what happened. When I'm going to the office, I want a palette that gives me a really soft, neutral look that isn't really a bold look. I want something very natural looking. Sometimes if I need a bolder look, I want something that has some darker shades that I can give more depth to my look, but I really want something soft that is not going to really pull, be over the top. Now that's a personal decision. I worked in government and I did not want to have anything really bold or feminine. And so I picked my Lorac Pro 3 palette. We have all of these beautiful cool tones. We have all these really soft, beautiful neutral shadows that, give an element to your eye look without really being bold. And then we have this beautiful plum that really deepens up the outer V very nicely to give it just a little bit of definition. If, like, say I had to testify in court, I would definitely do that just to have just a little bit more present on my, in my makeup, but not anything over the top. That was a personal choice, nothing to do with, our policy and procedure. It was just a personal choice to have more of a natural, neutral look. I didn't really, I wouldn't really dip into these darker shades, but I would definitely use everything from here over for the office. And then if I had something to do at night, maybe I needed to go to a meeting at night, or I was going out with friends after work, I could just pop this, a deeper shade on to darken it up. But for me, this is the best office palette because I want a neutral look that isn't going to pull, is going to be a little more natural and not take away my position that I held, and, a nice soft shimmer if I want to put it on, but I would probably do just an all matte shade because that's me. For my everyday or casual palette, I would definitely go with the e.l.f. Bite Size palette, and this is their Cookies and Cream palette. Why I picked this one, it was a little difficult. It was between this one, Berry Bad, and Truffles, to be honest. For me, this is the perfect everyday or casual palette because I have got my cream shade to dust all over my lid. I've got a little bit of brown to put in my outer corner, or even this shimmery shade. I can just use it, dust it all over and darken up, do a one and done look. I can just pop this on my inner lid with this on the outer V, and that on my upper lid, just something really soft, really neutral, or I can just dust this beautiful champagne shade just all over my lid and, you know, be a one and done look. So this is, for me, these shades of brown are my perfect everyday or casual palette because I don't wear color every day. I'm drawn more to, you know, browns and neutrals. It's just where I'm most comfortable. And then for New Year's. For New Year's, I don't go out much. I used to ask, I would just beg to work on New Year's Eve because in law enforcement, it is really hopping. It's quite the night. And so I loved working on New Year's Eve, but I didn't, you know, change my look because I'm at work. So that was just, you know, would be this palette. But if I'm going out, which I don't think I have ever gone out on New Year's Eve, but if I was going out, I want something a little more stunning, nothing overly aggressive or colorful, but something a little more sparkly, you know, a little smokier. And so I've brought in my Too Faced Natural Lust palette. Now this palette is newer to me. I haven't used it a whole lot. I have used it, however, so yeah, that's always a positive sign, but I have not used it a whole bunch. But what I love about it is we have all these neutral shades with these beautiful shimmers that, you know, just give your eye this beautiful pop. But we have this beautiful, you know, berry that can really give you some dark depth, but a little bit of pizzazz and color to it, where you've got this beautiful rush shade down here. So it's very soft, romantic, but all of these beautiful shimmer shades really pop and give your eye, you know, that glam look that you kind of want on New Year's Eve. I don't want color, but I want a little bit of fun and frivolity for the holiday season. So this is definitely one that I would grab for that because it is so beautiful. I can do a cool tone look. I can do a warmer one. I can even go a little bit neutral. I love this taupe shade down here. It's just beautiful. And yeah, so this is definitely my New Year's palette. Is it a little boring for a New Year's palette? Probably. But for me, it's you know, it's a little more than just staying home and popping popcorn and watching the ball fall. This is a little more pizzazzier for me. And of course, for like date night or birthday parties or New Year's Eve, holiday parties, I would probably top it with a liquid eyeshadow or a Super Shock to give it just a little bit more pizzazz. But since they're not in a palette, I went with those palettes that I really like, that are bolder, that work for those events. So that is it for my eyeshadow wardrobe tag. I hope you enjoyed this and learned a little bit more about me and what drives me when I'm picking a palette for a special event. If you are a creator and have not done this, I encourage you to do this eyeshadow wardrobe tag video. It is so much fun to try and think about really what you would use for a single event. It truly was a lot of fun, so I encourage you to do that. And if you're not a creator and you want to still do it, just leave it down in the comments so we can all see and learn what your favorite palettes are. So that is it, guys. Please take good care, be safe, be smart, and I will talk to you on the next one.